this is a time for Real Talk. Before we set the ball rolling, I would like you to engage with us at the Fix TV Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and Hope TV Kenya, IG, and Twitter and Facebook. And remember to use the hashtag #TheFix as you do that. SMS 22232 and stream online www.hopemediakenya.org. Hapa already, man, Real Talk, niliwambia, you know, I have a nice, fine gentleman. He's my good friend and I like him. He's called Ernest Wamboye.
Hey, Jackton.
What's up, my brother?
It's Anna.
Good to see you, man.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
You are an origami artist, author.
Yes.
Is it thespian as well?
Yes.
Blogger?
I love theater.
Man.
I write.
You're many things. Is it a jack of all trades, or is it to whom much is given, much is required?
I'd go with the latter. A jack of all trades is a professional of none.
Oh. Anyway, good to see you, man.
Good. Thanks for having me.
How have you been?
I've been very well.
Right.
Waiting for this day. Looking forward to, you know, ministering to people and just talking about real stuff that we're going through.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So tell us about yourself, the things that we don't know, you know.
Okay, my name is...
Some people read your blog, Penstock,
yes.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah, tell us what you don't know.
Well, my name is Ernest Wamboye. I am a follower of Jesus Christ. Gave my life to Christ when I was in high school. That's when Christ found me. I did not find him. He found me because I was not looking for him. Yeah. I've been married to my wife for the past 5 years. Got married on the 1st of September 2012. We've got one daughter by the name of Tandiwe. So I'm a writer. I run a blog called penstrokes.co.ke. It's an award-winning blog. And apart from that, I'm also a minister. I speak to young people a lot, and I have a passion to reach out to men especially. That's where my passion is, you know, just to speak to young men. And apart from that, when I'm not doing all that, I'm into art. So theater and origami, like you talked about, origami art. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. You passed the test, man. I know your wife must be proud of you.
Yes, and she's watching right now.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
You need to, you know.
Hey, love.
Good stuff. And, you know, it's into your first, is it first, you said 1st September, that's when you got married. But I know you got married at a really young age, man. Yeah? Yes. Can you tell me just briefly about that? Like,
when I got married, I was...
How old were you?
23. Actually turned 23 2 weeks after my wedding.
Oh, boy. Oh boy.
Yes, it was such a big thing. I even got called by media houses like, "What, are you for real? 23? Uko serious? What happened? Is she pregnant?" All these questions, you know. But my girlfriend and I, that time we were in campus, we had planned all this right from the moment we started dating, you know. And we sat down. I started saving right from the moment I was in campus. Started working. Started putting aside money in a job that I was working in. I was actually teaching French in a primary school, not far from my campus, you know, so they're paying me like 12K a month, and that's like a lot of money for a student. I mean, even interns don't get paid that much, you know? So I mean, what do I do with it? I'm earning pocket money. I just saved it towards my wedding. So as soon as we're done, out of the graduation gown into the wedding gown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kama kuna mwanaume hapo nje ako 21, 22, 24.
No pressure. No pressure. But the thing is, just at the right time. God's timing is best.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. So Ernest runs a blog, you know. Congratulations, by the way. You won second time in a row.
Yes.
The Beck Awards, you know. And here's a blog. It's called www.penstrokes.co.ke. As we engage, actually, you can just flip through, you know, skim through, and here's some really good content there, man. How do you come up with all that content, man?
My quiet times. So initially when I started Penstrokes, it was just to revive my writing, because I used to do a lot of writing in campus. But towards the end of 2011, I started blogging about my faith. So I'd wake up, have my quiet times, you know, read passages from the scriptures, and then I just share them. And then people would start following them, and then, you know, on the back end of your blog, you get to see who's following you. And so I started getting readers from Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa, the US, the UK, some crazy countries, Scandinavian countries, and I was thinking, is this thing for real, you know? Until some of them started writing to me, telling me, hey, don't stop what you're doing, keep sharing, keep sharing. So I kept sharing from my quiet times and from my experiences, you know, from my walk with God. And it just blew up. You know, I didn't expect any of that to happen, but then it blew up, and then all of a sudden I realized there's a demand. Guys kept saying, hey, you've not written this month's blog, we are waiting for it. So I decided to take it really seriously, got a domain, penstrokes.co.ke, and put it out there, and the blog won 2 awards. I didn't expect that, you know. It was just all God's doing, but my focus was just to, you know, share out the things that I'm learning from God.
And man, keep it going, man. I have read a lot of articles, man, and it's really, really inspiring.
Asante sana,
it's a lot of good content that this generation needs.
Asante sana.
So today we're going to talk about male responsibility, you know, manhood and masculinity. Mwanaume nini? Is it a good shoe? Yeah? Is it biceps?
Biceps.
Kila msesikia under gym, eh?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I go to the gym. It's like the in thing nowadays, eh? But that's what a man is.
All right.
Yeah.
So, abu tuanze tu hapo. I mean, tunakujua people have a lot of ideas of what a man is.
Yes.
What are some of the misconceptions?
Yeah.
Or wrong thoughts that...
yeah, the misconceptions of being a man.
Yeah.
Well, let me just start by saying that being a man is hard. Jackson, I don't know if you, I don't know about you, but I'll tell you, being a man is hard, especially in this time. I mean, the pressure to just step up and be the person that God wants you to be, it's not automatic, you know, for a number of reasons. And so, you're talking about the misconceptions of manhood. Yeah. I look back at, and I'm going to draw that from a few stories of my own life.
Yeah.
I look back at high school, and I remember when I was in high school, one of the things that really drove me to try and prove myself a man was just the idea of having women by my side, you know? Yeah. And the pressure was real from campus because we used to go for funkies. And in a funky, if you didn't hang out with a chick, or if you didn't get to have a girl by your side at the end of that funky, I don't know about your school, but in our school, ulikuwa naitwa breezer.
Oh.
Yani breezer, yani umesimama tu hapo umechapwa na upepo na kuna ama demu wote unaweza kukukipome. So you're called a breezer, you know? Yeah. And it was so bad, eh? You do not go to a funky and come back and it will be the talk like of the entire week. Like whom said the breezer, whom says he patadem. And that pressure was real. And so for me I kept thinking, you know, if to be a man is to have women around me. Yeah. And not just having them around me, they had to be like pretty women. They were sexual trophies, so to speak. Yeah. You know? And that was in my head for such a long time because all the men around me seemed to say that this is what a man was. This is what a man was. So I remember a particular incident when I went for the Dettol Hat Run Funky. Okay. And I was in Form 2, and everyone kept saying, "Maze Ernest, usituangushe." You know, we're like 5 streams. Usiangushe stream yetu, eh? Yeah. Lazima upate dem. Lazima utapita hapo na dem. And our high school was just outside the highway. Yeah. So ukipita hapo, everyone will see you. And we just happened to pass by there during the break time when everyone was outside, you know. Yeah. So we went for the funky and we were going down Langata Road, through South Sea, Mombasa Road, come up Langata Road. So we're going through South Sea. Hey, Maze, I'm seeing all these girls from different high schools, but I'm so afraid to just approach them and talk to them. Just the fear of rejection, the fear of being told no, you know. So like, nimefika South Sea, hakuna dem. Yeah. Kept walking. We got to Mombasa Road, no girl. Now we got to Langata Road coming up, and I'm realizing, but then we are near my school, and by the time we get to my school, people will see me there without a girl, and Maze, I'll be the talk of the week breezer. So you're going up, no girl, hakuna dem. So I see these girls from St. G. I'm like, okay, let me gather some courage and go talk to them. So I go and all these girls are in a park, like 5 of them. So I'm thinking, how do I separate them? You know, it's so intimidating when girls walk together. 5, and then you're trying to single out one of them. So I went to talk to one of them, and they all like looked at me, gave me that eye, you know, and it felt so awkward. So I just chatted with them. So we are approaching, we got to Wilson Airport. You know, my high school was Sunshine, by the way, you know, just right out of the highway. Then we go to Amref, and I saw this chick. I said, come, Baya. So I ran up to this chick. I said, "Hey, sasa niaje?" And then, yani, to my benefit, she turned and she was like, "Hey, by the way, sasa, hi, you? What's your name?" She was genuinely interested. He was like, "What? This is cool." And then, like, she was even the one who was starting up conversation. And at that moment, we were just passing outside my high school. Yeah. And then all my friends are there on the fence, and they're like, "Hey, Ernest, Jogo, where did Jogo you know?" And I'm feeling this upsurge of masculinity. I'm feeling, I'm a man. But this is the thing, when the funky is over and the girls are gone, you're back to this school with all these boys, realizing, what was that all about? Was I a man for that just those few seconds? And it turned out badly because now when you got to now Uchumi, this chick decided to pull a stunt on me, you know. She said, "Hey, by the way, I want to buy something. You wait for me, Ama, you take me." So she went to Uchumi. So she wanted to buy a soda. So I said, "Okay, I'll take you." So she went to Uchumi, and she picked a basket. Yeah. So me fuated her, she picked a soda, put a soda in there. So me said, "I'll also buy a soda." And you know, in high school that time, your pocket money for the term was 500 bob. Yeah. So a soda is how much? 50 bob. So I put my soda in there, the basket. we keep going. As we keep going, I'm seeing her pick a small packet of biscuits,
you also
chewing gum, small packet of popcorn. So yeah, just small packets, dogo. But they're just piling up. Then I'm thinking, okay, this chick is hungry. She's getting a lot of stuff. So we get the till, and she goes ahead of me. And then the till lady is just passing those things by the machine. Teet, teet, teet. And then she mixes my soda with her stuff.
Oh, boy.
But then I'm thinking, it's okay. See, my soda is 50 bob. She'll just pay for my soda, and then she'll pay for the rest. So the total bill comes to 200 and something. I don't know, 270 something. And the girl looks at me and says,
You're waiting for her to...
see, you pay, we go. And I'm thinking, I've got like 500 bob for the entire term. I pull out that money reluctantly. It's like even the cashier was like trying to snatch it from my hand, you know. And she pulled it and she was like, she paid, and I got back like 100 bob and several coins. That chick put my soda there, put the rest of the things in her bag. That paper bags were legal, Mazi akahepa. She ran. She ran. Do you know what I did? I saw her. Me, I ran after her. I ran after her. This chick is playing her to get. I ran after her. She saw me running. I can increase me. See, I was thinking, hey, this chick. So I followed her, looked for her. No, the main event was at Carnival. We got to Carnival. She got lost in the crowd. So I'm asking, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this girl? Have you seen this? I can't find her. Then I finally met some friends. Hey, have you seen Bedina? And then I hear one of them say, hiya, this is that cowboy who is talking her. Ebu, watch out, watch out. So I went back home. I went back to school. Everyone is cheering me when William say, but I'm thinking, this chick just used me, you know? And I just realized being a man cannot be about having women around you, and not just having women around you for the sake of friendship, but just to show off, to just use them as sexual objects. And many men think that is what masculinity is. Look at the music videos, look at the movies, look at all the entertainment around us. It tells us, by the way, the man who is truly at the top of the food chain has got several girls around him, and several girls who are stunning, you know, sexually appealing. They walk into a room, drop dead gorgeous, everyone just freaks out. So that's the first misconception of what being a man is.
Ooh, crazy, man. But why do you think that is so, man? Why do you think the man gets this skewed mentality or identity of what it really means to be a man?
Well, one, it's because generally speaking, the world is in a porn culture. A porn culture means so much sexual immorality has infiltrated the system to the point that there's a lot of perversion going on, and it's been glorified. Okay, if you look at the porn industry, porn is actually an industry that hurts many women, but it is highly glorified. In fact, they say at any second of the day, there are over 30 million people who are watching porn. Like right now, as you're speaking, there are 30 million people in the world watching porn. That is a big problem, okay? And now that culture spills into the entertainment, the attitudes, everything that we do, and that even spills into how we relate with one another. And so women get this pressure from pop culture that they actually need to look a certain way in order for them to be accepted, and men get this pressure that they need to actually have this kind of woman, this trophy-like woman, in order for them to be man enough. So there's a lot of pressure from the culture. You can call it a porn culture, you know. So that's one of the reasons, that men think that's manhood, okay. Reason number two, the second misconception of manhood is money, okay.
You just stop there, man.
Yes.
You got married at 23.
Yes.
I don't think you had all the money, man.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you'd have seen how my wife saw me when we started dating. We started dating when I was 19. When I was 19, I was thin. I couldn't match my socks and my shirt, my belt, and my shoes. In fact, if you saw me, you'd think, what is Batuli seeing in this guy? And then my teeth were like zilikuanga hivi nje. In fact, I got braces. Right now my teeth are bad, but they were worse. Nilikuwa nasema I didn't need a toothpick because as in I was like a total mess. But yet somehow my wife looked at me, and there's something that she saw, which we'll talk about what true manhood is. And she accepted me. Now, when we got married, I didn't have all the money in the world. But this is the thing. I had direction. Okay. One, my wife looked at me and saw this guy. He's got his first class at 8 in the morning. The next class is at 7 p.m. Okay? So he's got a whole day in between. What does he do? Instead of sitting in his hostel, watching season 1, season 2, season 3 of the next series, okay? Just binge watching. This guy stepped out, got a job, So earning 12,000 shillings a month, that is a lot of money. Because of that, he can actually take me on a date. He can actually buy me a gift. Okay, my mom found out that I was earning pocket money, earning a salary. She cut my pocket money, you know. But I was like, it's okay. I could actually use my pocket money to pay my own rent in campus, you know. And so my wife saw where I was going, and so this guy is a good steward of his resources, you know. And I started saving towards it, you know. I started saving towards our future, started saving towards when we get married. And by the way, if you ask me honestly if I'd get married after campus immediately, I wouldn't think so. I'll tell you, no, I'd get married like 6-7 years after campus. But guess what? I told the Lord, I would get married, and my wife and I discussed this. We would get married if, one, we could have sources of income that we could that could sustain our lives. 2, would have enough savings, and 3, if we would actually have a vehicle. You know, I mean, some of them seemed like out of this world, but believe me or not, by the time we had actually left campus, we had worked enough to actually have enough saved. Get a job, and by the time I'm getting out of campus, my employer is looking at my CV and is thinking, dude, you just graduated, but you've got 2 years work experience, not internship, work experience. Where did you get this from? I rose higher than my peers. You get? So things worked in my favor, not just out of the blues, because I made them work in my favor. You know? So when those things came into play, we did get married, okay? So we didn't have all the money in the world. But I'll tell you, there's pressure in actually thinking that being a man needs to have all the money in the world. When I was dating my wife, there was this guy who liked my wife. He was a pilot. Enough said. He had like money from here to heaven. Huh? He used to drive to school. Me, I used to drive myself to school. Huh? I used to like, you get it, huh? And this guy liked my wife, and I could see, but this guy, as he's got all the money. Me, I'm looking at my 12K paycheck. I'm thinking, what? Like, add a 0 at the end of yours, multiply it like by 4, maybe that's what that guy has. And I was feeling insignificant for a moment. And I remember in the times I felt like I was not man enough because I did not have as much money as this guy. And he's cutting my cheek, and we're in a relationship. But I was feeling the pressure. Why? Simply because I did not have as much money as him. In fact, there was a time when I went to see my girlfriend's mom, and this guy also came. And that time I've gone dressed in shorts, a t-shirt. This guy came in a suit. This guy came driving. Now, we had my girlfriend's mom's place, and this guy is talking, saying, you know, man, you know, I'm just thinking of going to Nanyuki, buying some land there, doing some, you know, we've got so many acres, you know, biashara. Me, I am feeling small. I'm thinking, Ernest, what do you have? You are just a French teacher who earns 12K. And I was feeling really, really intimidated. And by the way, I mean, my girlfriend and I had a good foundation in our relationship, but it was deep down something that was telling me, she's going to leave you. She's going to leave for this girl. But I remember something my wife told me. My wife told me, Ernest, I want you to know that I choose you. I want you to know that even if this guy came with all the money in the world, I choose you. Now that did something in me. That let me realize that, by the way, this woman is not staying with me based on the amount of money I have. Okay? So it told me that manhood has got something different to do than the money that I have, you know? And so I had to actually get that. I got that perspective very early, you know? But that does not mean the pressure does not apply. Even right now. I don't know if you've gone to a meeting where there are many men, and the first thing guys do is put their phones on the table, put their car keys on the table. It's a lot of pressure.
Let's hold it there, man.
Yes.
I just want to give you 30 seconds, man, before we go for a break. There are many men, you know, and big up yourself for Turi, you know, if you're watching, for choosing this guy. There are many guys who are watching, you know, and they are also, you know, frustrated. They want to get married or just want to keep going, pursue their dream and follow their purpose. But, you know, this money pressure is there. Encourage someone there before we go for a break. Just 1 minute to 30 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you,
look into that.
The Lord says he'll bless the work of your hands. So there's no excuse for you not to work. There's no excuse for you not to actually use your hands to generate income, and that's a good thing. And the Lord has no problem with you owning wealth. The problem is when wealth owns you. You know, that's a whole different thing. And you must realize that your masculinity and your manhood has to be based on something infinite. Money is finite. Money can come and go. And so if you are trying to get there, work as hard as you can, put all your effort towards getting towards your dreams, but realize that those things do not determine your manhood. Your manhood must be determined by something greater, and we'll talk about that in the next section.
Amen. Pia mi who cry kwa crisis, pia mi najua mwanaume
sio
biceps. Hapo sawa, man. So that's my song of the week, man. You know, based on what we're talking about. So Giuliani, biceps. Alafu tutarudi hapa in a bit.
Pia mi ukwa kwa crisis. Pia mi najua mwana umesiba isis. Pia mi ukwa kwa crisis. Pia mi najua mwana umesiba.